Alright, well, circle is now complete. We're back to the beginning in that. We're going to do this just to have it on our channel here as well too. Also something we might have missed on the first go around. Going to talk today about installing a package of bees. We've installed, see, 5 other packages here at this location today. We're going to go ahead and get this prepped. This is how it's going to come. This is a standard 3-pound package in that. It's 3 pounds of worker bees and then a queen in there, and a little 2.5 can like this here that has sugar syrup, actually like probably a high fructose corn syrup type solution in there to keep the bees fed while they're in transit. And they will mail these like this as well too. There's a little screen and such on the front. What we're going to start with is we made up a sugar syrup solution. We've talked about this before, but it's basically 1 to 2 water to water to sugar. And we're going to put it in a spray bottle that we've never used for anything else, and we're going to spray them down really heavy. This is going to do 2 things. Number 1, it's going to pacify them a little bit. Number 2, it's going to make them really sticky. Bump it down a couple times here. Oops, sorry girls. Spray them down pretty heavy. They're gonna start taking the stuff in. It's kind of like when they swarm and they take in a bunch of honey in that. It's gonna kind of help calm them in that as well too. And again, it's kind of like I said in the other video, it's kind of like them sitting here getting drunk or something. Makes them a little bit more placid. Also, they're wet then, and they kind of stick together and such as well too. So we're gonna spray them down pretty good. And the first time you do this, I would spray them a little bit heavier than you will later on, just because this can be a little intimidating for new people and that. Smack them down a couple times. It doesn't really hurt them, that sort of thing. All right, you can see, come where you can see the top of this, how this comes. It's got just a little piece of thin wood here stapled on the top, just kind of tacked on. Use your hive tool, kind of come in and break this up. Sometimes they come off really clean, sometimes they don't. Throw that away. Okay, going to use again your hive tool. Now, the other ones come out all perfectly, but this one, since we're doing it on camera, I'll give them trouble. You watch. Alright, and get your can of sugar syrup or corn syrup off to the side. You won't need that right now anyway, but you can put that in with your feeders. Alright, inside here you're going to have your little package that's got your queen in there. Want to take a good look at her. Make sure she's still alive. She's the one there with the longer abdomen and that. Sometimes you can get these marked depending on where you buy your bees from. It's a good thing if you're first getting started to ask for a marked queen. They'll usually have a big colored spot on their back that they do with nail polish or something similar to that. Okay, our queen's alive. She's got some workers in there taking good care of her and stuff. We're going to leave her in there, kind of set her over to the side for the time being. Now, we've assembled our hive. This is our bottom board. It's a cypress one, so we haven't bothered painting it. One of our deep hive bodies, and then our frames, and we're using the super frames from Brushy Mountain, wooden frame with the hard plastic foundation in that. We don't have a problem with this. We've never had a problem with the plastic foundation. Some people are old school, like the wooden wax type deal. Good for them. Whatever works for you. This works fine for me. We've removed a couple of the frames to make place for the bees we're going to put in. And now what we're going to do, we got them all sticky and wet and all that good stuff, is we're just going to dump them in the hive. You'll have to kind of shake it back and forth a little bit to get them all in there. You're not going to get every little last single bee in there. So if you're a real anal retentive person, this could be a problem for you. But what we're doing here is we're just getting the bulk of them out. You can see there's a few flyers left in there. We're just going to leave that on the ground. They'll find their way in. Okay. See, now that they're stuck together, it's kind of like they're festooning when they have a big nectar flow. We're just going to brush them into there so we don't crush any more than we have to when we put our top cover on. We're going to take our queen cage, and we're going to just kind of nestle it here between a couple of the frames, and sometimes it does get dropped. Not a big deal. She can take a lot in there. Okay, you can just wedge this in kind of like this here. We're not going to release the queen at this time. You do that a couple days later. Pretty simple thing. Maybe we'll show you that as well. pretty simple really. You're just pulling back the top there and releasing her in, but you want to do it all inside the hive there so you don't end up you know, in the off chance that she'll fly off or something. But that's basically it in a nutshell. It's a very intimidating thing for first-time beekeepers to do, guys, but it's really not that bad if you get them good and drunk there with the sugar syrup and that, spraying them down with the spray. They're very placid. You saw how it was. They were just kind of stuck together and things like that. These gals here, they've been out for, I put these packages in a few hours back, so obviously they're a little bit more active in that as well too. But the ones there, they're fine. Anywho, we'll wait about a day or so, and then we'll add in the other frames that we took off. You know, again, we needed to take them out to make room for that big old ball of bees that we were dropping in there and that. But it's a good time of year, guys, to get your bees started in that. We're down south here, so this is mid-March. They do a lot for your retreat. They do a lot for your homestead. And they're really neat animals to really play around with. And the other thing too is they can be intimidating to people. So you set these in areas where if people would have to cross that are, you know, really freaky about biting insects, well, you could get some psychological effects of that as well too. Long story short, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you again on some more homesteading videos. For the Survival Report and Robert Henry, have a good day.